Hello, everyone. My name is Joel Phillips, CEO of ProShark and Director of Technology at Strategic Advisor Board. Welcome back to another episode. This is episode 16. We appreciate the response that you've had to the show that we're doing. We are here to be of value to you. We are changing the name from Tech Tips to the Ultimate Tech Talk because we've discovered that in these 16 short episodes or 15 short episodes that we've done, we have a much broader range that we need to talk about. What our goal is to discuss everything digital, your digital footprint, your website, how you interact with people digitally, what's changed in the landscape from before, how you can be most effective in reaching customers and prospects. So that said, we decided the name The Ultimate Tech Talk. We'd love to get your feedback and opinion on that. Um, so episode 16, today we're going to start taking a look at some of the components that make up your digital footprint. One of the primary components is your website. It used to be that your website was a calling card. If you had one, great. If not, then it was no big deal because it's all about the physical showroom for retail clients. It was all about the office for um, other services and products and manufacturing and whatever other industry you're in. It was never about the it was never about your website presence, but that's changed over the last few years and probably over the last 10 years to become and then in 2020 that focus really became important as people moved to an online remote presence, and many offices, many companies are not going to go back from that because they realize the savings that they have being remote and not having to support a physical location. So we see a lot of companies, some companies have gone back to it and are embracing trying to return back to some form of normalcy. But given the bottom line impact of having a physical location, there are many who are not. And even before that, though, there was a move to online to there was a push to make sure that all of the components that you had in your office or in your retail space were available online because it's a much more cost effective way to reach your customers, albeit from generation to generation that physical contact has become less and less important. And I think in the next generation, it'll be even less so, to where most transactions will be done online. So that said, there's the website component of it. And the website is no longer just a calling card, it is your office. It is where you need to focus enough attention that you can convey to your consumers how you're going to do business. It's about who you are as a company, who you are culturally. It's about your office culture, your internal culture, and being able to convey that throughout your employees on the employee side and to your consumers on the purchasing side. It's about your delivery systems. It's about your offerings. All of this now has to be contained online because as you're building, and we discuss this in community, as you're building these communities, it's no longer a uh, just a digital presence that says, "Hi, we're company A, here we are." It's your interaction with your consumers. And over 90% of people now start their purchasing decisions online. So part of the components of your website are your presentation. That is one of the most critical pieces, but all big tech, including Google, the elephant in the room, now place importance on the ability for your website to perform well because they are taking it upon themselves that they will penalize the ranking of your site per se by not demoting you, but by not ranking you as high if your site does not perform well, especially on mobile, because the majority of people are now using mobile to browse when they do the searches online and such for all of the information about your company. There's a lot of components that go into making a website successful. So we're going to cover this week most of those components. This will be a pretty big series. And we wanted to cover that ground with you today as an introductory to this series, or an introduction to this series. So um, that's all the time we have for today. We're trying to keep these between 3 and 5 minutes. It doesn't necessarily work. So tomorrow we will start digging into and diving into the components that make your website successful and some of the different platforms and comparisons. Tomorrow we're going to discuss what is a CMS, a content management system. So please join us for that, and we look forward to seeing you then. Thank you.